Next up on the comedy side, we have Chris Putro. Please welcome Chris Putro to the stage. Chris Putro, just give your website right now. Make it happen.
Meganslaw.com.
Yeah, exactly.
You stole my punchline, man. Thank you. Guys, let's get to this. The Fort Hood shooter. I was going to talk about this last week, and I chickened out. This is just truth I want to get out. The Fort Hood shooter. A lot of people are all wondering why this Muslim fanatical whatever was allowed to serve in the U.S. military with access to guns. My question is, why was this fanatical Muslim allowed to be a psychiatrist? The point I want to get at is a psychiatrist is supposed to diagnose and treat mental illnesses, and this guy obviously suffered from the most common mental illness in the U.S. I'm not picking on Muslims, I'm picking on religion in general. Look up the definitions of a delusion. There's always a disclaimer. The American Psychiatric Association won't say that religion is a mental illness because they don't want to piss people off. They just put a thing at the bottom that says, you know, it's a mental illness unless everybody else believes it. But I won't have those restrictions because I'm a comedian, I'm not a psychiatrist. Seriously, because I'm brilliant, I'm a comedian, if anybody's going to flip out and need psychiatric care, it's going to be me. If I have to go in, if I meet the psychiatrist and I find out the first thing he tells me is that he is convinced that there's an invisible man in the sky watching him at every moment, and that he's going to survive his own death in some other dimension called heaven, I'm probably going to ask for a different psychiatrist. Yeah, I've told people, oh, don't get me started, so I got a whole, no. Read my Facebook for a Scientology thing. Because I expect something, you know, if somebody's providing me a service, I don't want to, you know, I appreciate irony, but I don't want the opposite. You know, it's like when you go for driver's ed and you get in your car and your instructor gets in and it's an Asian chick. I mean, you're going to ask. Even as a teenager, you know enough that you're going to ask him. Maybe you don't want to step on people's toes and offend them, but you want to get the most bang for your buck. Or you go to a comedy show and shell out your money to see actual comedians on stage, and you sit down and some chick gets up there. You know, Matt Lewis, you do enough. Rather than the musicians up here, I figured toss it back at some of the comedians as well. We all deserve it. Now somebody talk about the male comedians, and then we'll all be even.
You're a comedian?
Yeah. And on a night when we have like the most female comedians here ever. Guys, am I gay or is Lady Gaga really good?
You're gay.
You're a lady comic.
Hey! Yeah, I like you guys. The chimp woman was on Oprah last week. Do you see it? The chimp woman. Who saw this?
She was a woman.
Orca?
She was a woman. She had her face torn off by a chimp earlier in the year. She was on Oprah. She revealed her face. It was very disturbing to me. I was stunned when she took off her veil and revealed the extent of the injuries, because it was my understanding actually that Rihanna had fully recovered. And punch. Thank you. That's better than at Lovitz when a woman in the front said that's not funny. At least I acknowledge it as a punchline. Thank you. What was that? We're doing it on. Yeah, but the good thing is they're actually doing doing a movie about her life. Oh, by the way, nobody saw her on Oprah, because anybody see her? I know nobody, because everybody here is employed and doesn't actually watch Oprah during the day. You know what? I'll skip that part. Cool. They're coming out with a movie about her life. It's actually out already, surprisingly. They work quick on that. It's a tragic tale of an attractive white woman who used to own a chimp and then ended up with no nose and had to go out in public with her face covered. And of course, the title of the film, Michael Jackson's "This Is It." And see, this is why I record my set, so you can go back, because that's a thinking, you're going to have to watch that again and listen to it again so you get what I was talking about there. You're making all kinds of motions. Okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm going to skip the last bit because it wasn't fun. What's that?
What's the website?
The website? Oh, the website. You didn't give my website, I'm not going to give it. My website is chrisputro.com. meganslaw.com/chrisputro. You guys have been pretty good.
Give it up for Chris Putro. Chris, you got yourself into some trouble tonight. What happened there?